Hello and welcome to episode 13 in a series that is exploring the Minecraft server world called HurleyAllCraft. This is the first in a couple of spoiler episodes that if you don't want the spoiler, I would suggest not watching it. In this particular episode, what we're going to do is show you where the Wizard's Tower is, how to get into the Wizard's Tower and what's in there. Again, if you'd prefer to see it on your own and figure this out on your own, then I would suggest not to watch this episode. When we start, I'm all the way down here in the city of Kempston, right here, which is just south of the Wizard's Tower. So when we enter the game, that should give some perspective on where we're starting at. If you're not familiar with where the city of Kempston is, you can refer to episode 8 in this series, where we actually take the track down and explore the city itself. So let me join into my server here. And as you can see, the city of Kempston right here in front of me. Now the Wizard's Tower, I believe you can actually see from the north wall here if you've got your rendering distance set too far. Let me see if I can crank up my rendering distance and you can see where we're heading. Working on it. Well, then again, you may not be able to see it from the north wall here. You walk out here on the... Now I guess it must be just beyond what you can see. Let me pull my rendering. Oops. I don't want that. Wrong setting. Pull my rendering distance back to normal. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll fly out northbound to go see it. Hopefully the sun will come up here soon so that you can see the actual tower. I guess we can take our time. If you're just trying to get to the Wizard's Tower itself, if you're in creative mode, obviously you can just fly over to it. If you're trying to do this in survival mode, I would suggest going to Roscoe Station, and then instead of taking the trail or the minecart, you can just walk on the rail here. Or if you would prefer, you can get in the minecart, and then as you get close to it, just try and jump out and catch your minecart. It's up the rail just a little ways here. It is lit a little bit, so you can see it at night. So I was hoping we could actually see it from the north wall there of Kempston City. So it's actually right here. Since I'm in creative mode, we'll fly around and take a look at it. When we see it during the day, you'll also see that there is a chute of water coming out the bottom. So in a way, it kind of looks like a cocoon on a string. Now, my wife did all this. There's no way I would keep the pattern correct on it. And it's, I believe it was made out of, was it obsidian and sandstone, I think. I'm sorry, it is not obsidian. This is nether brick and sandstone. So the original idea was to try and create a tower, and there were supposed to be like arm extensions that came off of this and went up. By the time she got the actual structure built, she was pretty much sick of trying to keep the patterning down and keep the whole thing. So it kind of looks like a big Hershey's Kiss, or like I said, like a cocoon on a string right now. But it was supposed to be a wizard's tower. So let me head down. You can see now that the sun's coming up, we can see the waterfall that comes out of the bottom of it here. It is on its own floating piece of land. If you attempt to go up and jump between these two, you will not make it. It is just a little bit longer than you can actually jump. So that's kind of where the spoiler is here. How do you get into the wizard's tower? If I can't jump over to it, it's suspended and I'm not in creative mode, then how do we do it? And I'll show you in just a second. I'll just give you a demonstration since I'm waiting on the sun to come up here anyway. Now if I happen to make it, it'll be pretty funny. But I've tried this before. And see, we miss, and bam, you would go splat. Okay, so the answer how you get in the wizard's tower is you swim up the waterfall. Oops, come on you. Get down on the ground. In and up. Oops. And here we go. You gotta have to stay in the water stream while you're heading up. It's a little tricky to get in at the bottom since the water wants to bounce you around. And let me see if I can get, there we go, without falling out of it. And you come up inside the wizard's tower in a fountain. So let me get out of it. And there you can see it's got a piece of glowstone that's in it. And so here's the inside of it at the base level. Now heading up from here, second spoiler, is you get in this area, and this is actually a maze. So I don't think it's a particularly hard maze to get through. The trick is you kind of stay to the outside of it here, and then you come down through here. I think it's up and around here. And we've made it into the center. So if that was a bit confusing, well, it's supposed to be a maze. And then if you don't see the stairs here from the alternating pattern, they're actually nether brick stairs. They go over to this, and we wind our way up into the inside of the wizard's tower here. So you can see it's all furnished out. We got a bit of inspiration if you've ever played Oblivion. There's a section where you get your own tower that's up in the north, and it's got like the different realms and the different plants growing in it. So we tried to do something similar to that. So here you see the swamp area and some vines growing on the wall from like jungle, swamp, and over here we've got a desert area with the cactus, and then of course over here representing the nether, and finally just like regular farmland, forest area type stuff. Very large section of diamond that's powering the light that you see coming out of the top. So let's go up to the next level here. I have to remember where the stairs are. Ah, they're behind the nether gate here. Now nobody's actually gone through this nether gate that I'm aware of. So if you are the first, you'll probably create a new nether gate in Netherworld that'll be out somewhere that's currently not attached to anything. Like there's not going to be a station there or anything like that. Okay, heading up to level 2 here. So you can see our beacon on top that comes out. And we just kind of got some different quarters around here. There's a small living quarters that's over here. And I believe this is a library / enchanting room over here. And then of course there's a crafting bench and a whole bunch of furnaces. And that's pretty much it. Running up along here, we're just up in the roof area. And if I remember right, there's a hole in the side of this place you have to be careful of right here. This is where we were going to try and make, like I was saying earlier, let me get my guy in fly mode. Kind of make some extensions that came off this and came out as kind of like their own separate turrets off the side, and we just never got around to it. that's pretty much it for the Wizard's Tower. You back up and you can get a full view of the... You should have been able to see this from the gate. At least I remember seeing it. Maybe not. Maybe it fades off into the distance. No. My client's not wanting to render now. Any rate, we'll go ahead and conclude out the episode. So if you'd like to visit the Wizard's Tower, just remember that it is north of the city of Kempston. There is no railway or path or anything that goes out to it, so you're going to have to hoof it. Again, running on the North Rail line out of Roscoe Station, and then stopping when you see it, jump off, swim, come over, and then head up the waterfall that you see coming out of the bottom, which is how you get into it. If you enjoyed this episode and you would like to knock my mic off, and you would like to play the world yourself, it's freely available from MinecraftWorldMap.com, and the name of the world is HurleyAllCraft. Thanks for your time.